Debbie and her children talking shite. Debbie and her children talking absolute shite.
Hello and welcome. May I say, you're looking really good today. Glad to see it's all cleared up. I was worried there for a minute. Anyway, I'll keep me yapping on like a big old silly sausage. Please come inside from the cold. We're a shoeless house in this house, so please remove your footwear at the door. And feel free to pop your trousers off too, depending on how relaxed you're feeling. Come into the living room, where you'll find us all sitting round the fireplace. You can join us in our communal nipple warming. We're just about to serve up a steaming hot bowl of stories, washed down with a delicious mug of mishaps and adventures. Why not pull up a pew and we'll begin? Welcome to episode 5 of Debbie and Children Talking Shite. As always, we're going to go around the fireplace and introduce ourselves. First of all, as always, we have Craig.
I'll fight the lot of you. I'll fight all of you.
Thank you very much. And secondly, we have Donna.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Nice one. And thirdly, we have Steve.
Hey, guys.
Hey, you guys. And we also have Billy.
Hello, I'm Billy. I'm 24 years old and I'm an alcoholic.
And then last, as always, we have Debbie.
Hello.
Like it. Very modern. Streamlined. You think you're so hard, don't you? Just saying hello.
Wanted to be the big man, didn't you?
Yeah, always trying to have the upper hand, aren't you?
I just said hello.
Yeah, I know your game. Anyway, so as always, we have had lots of letters in this week, and when I say letters, I mean old school letters in the post handwritten. Yeah, as always, we do have a question for Debbie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone ready?
I can't wait.
Everyone ready for this? So yeah, we got a good one this week. This is from somebody called Nigel Fuffy 857. Yeah, Nigel Fuffy from Africa. Doesn't say whereabouts in Africa, but he's listening over there. He has said, Debbie, is it true that in 1990, when when you were shopping in Asda once in Croydon, is it true that you got to the end of the till, you couldn't believe how much money you had saved? So you turned around to the person behind you and you said, well, I guess that's Asda price. And you patted your bottom twice. Well, that person turned out to be the head of marketing in Asda, and he used that for the upcoming slogan. And that's how they come up with their that's Asda price. Da, 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 bum, bum. Yes. And that's it. Thank you. I think it's exactly how Debbie did it. So is that true?
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous person. You really are. No, it isn't true. I don't think they even had Asda in 1990.
Yeah, Mum's never shopped in Asda.
What a load of... These are not real questions.
You are an inspiration to millions worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for introducing us.
Thank you, Andrew. No, thank you, really.
To that slogan from Asda. Asda, if you're listening, by the way, we all really like Kit Kats. If you'd like to send us some in, and arrows as well. Anyone else got any requests from Asda?
Mint Viscount.
Revels.
Is that based on the David Bowie song, Revel Revel?
No, Revel.
Revel Revels. I like the coffee ones. Ow. What would his favourite revel be? Do you think, David Bowie?
I'm not dissing, my God, that the man I still worship at the altar of David Bowie. So I'm not here to diss him. And
I think he would have liked those little chewy ones.
I think you would have liked the orange ones to be controversial.
Ah, yeah.
It's a bit controversial.
Might be right there. Imban, you've taken all my revels. Ow.
Oh, you've ate all the coffee ones of mine. I demand another bag.
How dare you? How absolutely dare you?
Sorry, carry on.
Right. So, yep. As always, we're going to pick this week's topic from the Hat of Destiny. Everybody ready? We're going to try and get it in time this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull it out.
Pull it out.
Pull it
Pull
out.
it out.
Pull it out. Pull it out. That really wasn't in time at all. I don't know.
No.
You know, like after someone counts to 4, you're meant to all do it at the same time.
Oh God, can you just pull it out of the hat? It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Right.
somebody said that before, haven't they? Yeah. Carry on, Debbie.
What bad news for children?
Okay, so this week we are talking about food and restaurants. Food and restaurants. I'm guessing we've all eaten something before in the past, so we must all have some kind of story related to food.
Yeah, well, Mr. Drew, you should know this story because you were involved. No, there was a certain local pub that we used to go and drink in when we lived closer to each other, and we went in said pub, and they did do food in there, and they did good, basic, honest working man's food, including the likes of sausages.
Yes.
And you might remember, Mr. Drew, and I think you might have been the instigator in this.
I was.
I believe it was you that suggested we take a whole sausage, and at the tables in the bar and around, there was like some of them had drawers and stuff in, right? You could slide out, but there was also some decorations as well.
They're like
And
Toby jugs hanging up, didn't they? I think.
Yeah, did we? Well, you suggested we put the sausage in something. I can't remember if it was a drawer or if it was like a brass thing or something like that. It was a jar on the wall. I remember that.
It was it was hanging above the ladies' toilets. I remember.
That's right, classic. And so anyway, put the sausage in there. Haha, very funny. But then every week we go in the pub, we'd be like, "Is the sausage still there?" And we'd look, and it was still there, and no one had found it. And it got to the point where we get weeks down the road, and we looked at it, and it turned green, and it got hairy.
Oh.
It just went green and dusty. It was really odd.
Yeah, and no one seemed to find it. No one seemed to notice it. I'm sure it probably smelled funny. I didn't sniff it myself. I can't speak for myself, but maybe others did.
Well, it was hanging above the toilet, so hopefully nobody noticed.
And it was actually there for a good couple of months, I think. And then one time we looked and it was gone.
You know what I think happened? I think it actually became a sentient being.
It grew wings, didn't it?
It grew, yeah, it grew wings and it flapped out like a little gremlin and just flapped off into the sky.
Like a sausage gremlin.
Like a sausage gremlin.
I'm going to tell a story about being in an Indian restaurant, and there were quite a few of us around the table, and I laughed a lot. Things were getting a bit hysterical, and I laughed a lot, and I wet myself. So we decided that the best thing to do was to just keep moving chairs until eventually that chair was at another table where no one was sitting, and I had a dry one to sit on. In the uproar and the confusion and the hysteria, the chairs got moved round, and I ended up with the same one back again. And I never went in there again. Yeah.
I bet. I've got a couple of things to say about food. And funny enough, they're all relating to dates as well, or women as well. One time, I want to know your opinion on this. I don't know whether I'm too fussy, but I dated this girl a couple of years ago. She was a boxer actually, and I went round her house in a flat in South London, and she said, "I'm going to make you a romantic meal," and I've never got the the premise of a romantic meal anyway. Eating is not romantic, you know, food is not romantic in any way. But yeah, she made this, I think it was like spaghetti or something, which is like pretty unromantic food anyway, with all that orange stuff over your face. She made this bowl of.
You sound so wrong.
Hang on, sorry, mate. What's orange? What are you talking about? Eating spaghetti and there's orange stuff. What orange stuff? What
Well,
you
after you've eaten the tomato sauce,
eat? Tomato.
tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce. Yeah.
I'm translating because you're in America. So once you've eaten the tomato sauce, like surely it does. It depends on your.
Oh, Andrew, I bet you splatter it everywhere, all over your face.
It shouldn't be all over your face, mate. That's your schoolboy error. If you're going on dates, you don't want to just get food on your face like that.
Don't look
Carry
into that too much. But yeah. So anyway, she finished her one really quickly. But what really put me off, and I think this is probably 80% of the reason I couldn't date her anymore. But as she was eating each mouthful, she made like she made like sex sounds, like genuinely.
How did they go?
Like,
You sound like she's playing tennis, mate. Where did she go?
Oh, what a mouthful!
Oh, what a pasta.
Oh, that was a brilliant bite. But yeah, so she generally made these sex sounds with every mouthful, and I ended up just putting my bowl on the table because it really put me off of eating. And then afterwards, she said, "Can I? Oh, have you got any left? Can I finish your bowl?" Which is fine, you know that's all right. I don't mind that too much. But it's the sex sounds that put me off. Has anyone ever experienced, or does anyone make sex sounds when they're eating? Is that a normal thing?
Did she make eating sounds when you had sex?
Yeah.
Mum, you do that when you eat beans on toast. I've heard you do it.
No, I never
Oh.
make a noise when I'm eating. Never, ever.
Well, the people that suck the fingers as well. I know we joked about that
Oh.
earlier, but that is no joke.
No, that's a red flag. That's no, that's wrong.
Yeah. Would you carry on seeing somebody if they lick their plate after going on a first
No.
date with them? You wouldn't.
No,
Hmm.
no.
I would. I find it quite sexy. A girl that can finish her food like that.
And
What's
also,
not to like?
it means that you don't need to do the washing up, I guess.
So one day, one of my ex's dads, he liked to cook quite a bit, and he'd made a fish pie, and the top was mashed potato. Me and Steve both hate mashed potato, and there was fish, which I'm not too keen on,
No.
and then a massive layer of mashed potato. I can't explain it. It's making me feel a bit sick now.
Oh.
And the fish still had scales on, and I was eating it just thinking like, cool, I'm being so polite here.
Oh.
And he goes,
sounds like a
Billy,
dare.
I just thought if I could eat this without anyone talking to me, I'll be fine. And they're going, oh, Billy, how you find it? You don't like fish or mashed potato? I got a reminder of what I was eating. I said, yeah, it's good. As I said that, I just heaved. But do you know when you heave and you burp at the same time, where it's that deep, you're like,
Oh.
oh, don't. And so I did that.
What, you was
ran off
around the
to
dinner
toilet.
table when this happened?
In the living room. We was
Oh,
all
right.
just, there was
Yeah,
most
yeah.
people were there, and everyone was like, what's up with Billy? And I was in the toilet for a bit thinking, I'm sure I just got so hot, I just laid on my back on the toilet. I thought, they're never going to have me round ever again. And I went
So,
back and
yeah.
apologised.
Apologize, but I just hate your food.
I was in a Subway not too long ago. Got the usual, which was
Meatball marina.
yeah, it was. I always get a meatball marinara.
Marinara,
And,
even.
Yeah. Cookie. No drink. But so I sat there eating it. I finished, put all my rubbish in the bin. Then I decided to use the toilet just before I left. But I started weeing, and the pressure release that the wee did made poo come out as well.
You're winding me up. Every story
No.
you tell, you've shat yourself. This is
It's always
every
poo.
single week.
It does happen a lot.
You are winding.
think
You've done a bet with somebody. You're winding me up.
I mean, the only good thing about that situation was that I was already in the toilet, so I pooed myself in the toilet. But luckily, I pulled
How
my.
can you poo yourself in a toilet?
I'm the only person. I'm the only person to poo myself on the toilet.
You forgot to pull your pants down. You mean?
There was. there wasn't poo in my pants. There wasn't, but yeah.
Oh, so hang on. So your story is that you went to Subway and you went for a poo in the toilet. Is that it?
No, I wasn't.
That's not a story.
No. I wasn't sat on the toilet. I was stood up because I was waiting.
You did a poo standing up. That's your story.
Yes, I did a poo standing up.
Fucking
next to the
hell.
toilet.
We've got a
Not
race
out
of
of your
bar.
willy, though, surely.
Huh?
Not out of your willy.
Fucking hell.
No, I
man.
didn't. No,
Don't show that. That's disgusting.
I didn't poo on my willy.
So yeah, I was dating this girl, and we had enjoyed some chocolate buttons the night before, and in the morning she was still asleep, and I got a chocolate button. For some reason, I don't know why I did this, but I placed it in between her bottom cheeks,
You're such a sicko.
and yeah, just for a laugh. And anyway, I forgot all about it. It was like a hot summer's day. She woke up and she went to the loo. She came back about 10 minutes later looking really, really concerned, really worried about what had happened. I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "No, I know what you did. You stuck a chocolate button in between my bottom cheeks when I was sleeping." And I totally pretended that I hadn't done for a long time. And then I finally admitted to it. But yeah, there you go. That's my
That's
chocolate
good.
button story. Has anyone got any questions for me about that?
No, I just know that if somebody did that to me, I would have been so embarrassed. I just wouldn't have found it funny because I actually would have thought something had gone horribly wrong, and I would have just bashed your head in.
Oh, thank you.
It's a credit to her that she came out of the bathroom looking a bit shady and guilty, because, you know, some people, if they woke up with a brown substance between their butt cheeks, they might have just thought nothing of it. And
Well,
I don't want to prejudge people.
That happens to
but-
Stephen every morning, I'm guessing.
I've got a story actually relating to food and you, actually, Andrew. It wasn't in a restaurant, but it's still associated with food. So I'm just gonna say it. Are you ready for this? Right.
Okay.
So I remember I went for a stage of being vegetarian, and Andrew came round once, and I made him a spaghetti bolognese, and I told him I'd use beef mince, and I hadn't at all. I'd used vegetarian mince, and after Andrew ate it, he licked every finger and went, scrummy. And then I told him it wasn't vegetarian mince. It was vegetarian mince. It wasn't normal mince. And yeah, he wasn't very happy. And he didn't convert, you know. And afterwards, he said he didn't like it, but I know that he did because he ate it. So, yeah.
Okay, well, just a couple of things on that story. Firstly, I've never
You
been
said
one.
finger licking good, didn't you, after that?
Firstly, I've never been one to lick every single finger, right?
And you lick every single finger and toe when something's nice.
Right. Secondly, can I just say I have now converted. It took me probably 20 odd years, but I am now a vegetarian. So maybe it works. But yeah, thank you for tricking me there. Just don't do the opposite now. Don't feed me real mince, because that would really be annoying. Does anyone still get fortune cookies when they order like a Chinese? Or is that just
Yeah.
me?
I think
You do.
you can. Yeah.
I know you
love 'em.
can. I'm saying, does anyone order them? I know you can.
Always, if there's a chance, because you never know what your fortune might be.
That's it. So I got one just as Brexit was going on. You're not gonna believe this, but I cracked open this fortune cookie and I opened it up, and all it said was Britain in Europe, not out of Europe. It's really weird, isn't it?
Little bit weird.
Really?
Yeah, I took a picture of it.
Brexit fortune cookies. That's
Yeah.
odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, there you go.
Though they're really subliminal messaging. We ought to watch out for those and all start getting fortune cookies and seeing what they're saying at the moment.
What if
I've
one
got a
said,
fortune,
I'm stuck, can you help me, please?
It said, yeah, I'm stuck in a fortune cookie factory. Please send help.
Cool, yeah,
It
imagine
could
that.
happen.
That's a great idea for a story.
That is a great idea. Get writing immediately.
I was over in Germany working, and I went out drinking with the Germans, and we drank so much I was up till whenever in the morning, and I got back to my hotel and I was passed out, and I woke up and I realized I had to be in the office at like 7 in the morning. So I got up at 6 and I was so rough and hungover. Oh my God, it was the worst thing. So I thought I better go, I better just have something to eat, right? And it was my first night in the hotel. So I wasn't really familiar with it. I'd only just slept in there. So I went downstairs, found a restaurant. I was like, right, go get some food. I opened up the menu and I started looking for something. You know, what do you want? You want a burger, right? You want fries? You want something normal? Oh, no. It turns out that this hotel, because they're next to a river, all they sell is fish. They only have fish. And I'm really not in a fishy mood, but I've got to have something to eat. My stomach, oh, I feel so bad. So I was like, what's the least offensive fish that's on this list? And it was salmon, right? So I thought, oh yeah, bit of salmon, some sauce, maybe there was fries with it. So I was like, gunning for the fries. So I ordered it in German, aber natürlich. This geezer, he brings this plate, and the plate was fucking massive, and he put it right in front of me, and there was essentially an entire salmon minus the head, and it had a lid on it, and he pulled the lid off. It's quite fancy. And this big waft of fishy fishness just hit my nostrils. And I heaved there and then. And he was like, is everything okay? I was like, yeah. It's all right. Oh, lovely one. Yeah. Oh, I know. I had to try and dig at this fish. I had like 2 bites. I was like, I had some fries. I just ran off and left it.
Craig, that I've got to quickly fit in a very quick story. I had a similar experience in Germany, staying with this German family, and they asked me on one of my last days what a typical English meal, because they wanted to cook it for me, and I said, oh well, fish and chips, and they said, oh, fish and chips. And when I got to the dinner table, there was a plate with a pile of crisps on it and a whole fish with its eye, both of its eyes still in, that they'd cooked.
Did you eat the eyes first?
No, I didn't eat the eyes. No, I picked around at the fish and did my best because they were so sweet and being so kind.
Bloody Germans.
Several years ago, I used to do building work, and we used to do all this work in London. And so often what we do is we'd drive up to London at like 3 in the morning, and then we'd find somewhere to have like breakfast. Sometimes you get it on the site, but sometimes we go to like a little restaurant or whatever, cafe. And this one time, it was probably about 5 in the morning, and we found this cafe. It was in East London, and we went in there. It's really old school cafe. And of course, so we ordered bacon sandwich. What else would you eat? I don't know. But that's what
Hang on. Sorry, can I just interrupt? Maybe sausage sandwich?
Well, I mean, listen, if you're not always on a budget to buy a sausage sandwich.
No, I'm sorry. I'm showing off.
Don't all look like things like you.
All right.
Sausage town, they call them.
Hey, that was many years ago. Come on. Right, please continue.
Yeah, anyway, so we all had bacon sandwiches, and I was really hungry. Like I'm not really eating any breakfast, so I took a big bite of this bacon sandwich. And you know, like when you cook bacon, sometimes you get the rind on the edge there. Sometimes it's not entirely crispy. Sometimes it's a wee bit stringy. So I took this big bite of the sandwich, brown sauce on it as well, standard, classic. And when I went to swallow it, what happened was the bacon rind. I just swallowed just this long bit of bacon rind there. It got stuck in my throat, and the rest of the food was up in my mouth. And it started to make me retch. And this cafe is full of people, builders and everyone in East London. and it actually made me retch, and I couldn't get it out of my throat. I wasn't choking; it was just uncomfortable and annoying. So it made me retch. So it made me throw up immediately in front of all these customers at 5 in the morning in the cafe. And so there was just hot sick everywhere. My boss was looking at me like I was mental. He didn't even say anything. So I just walked past all these people that were looking at me, past every seat, right up to the front. And there was this old guy there who ran it. I said, "Listen, mate, not being funny, but what I've done is I've just choked on a bit of bacon and I've thrown up all over the chair over there."
Oh,
And so I said, if you could give me a towel or perhaps some paper towels, I'll just go pick it up. And he didn't even say anything to me. He just looked at me like I was a scum of the earth, and he gave me this rag. And so I walked all the way back past all the people who were all watching me in this complete silence. Complete silence.
Right, you were sick in front of everyone.
I wiped up my hot sick, and then I had to carry the rag all the way back through everyone to the man who gave it to me. So I was like, "All right, it's okay. I've mopped it up now. There you go."
Here's my sticky rag.
I swear he shook his head. He's like, "Ugh." And so then I had to walk all the way back, and I sat down. And I looked at my boss. "Oh, sorry, mate. I got a little bit of bacon stuck in the back of my throat. I'm not sick or anything, but you know what? I think I might just go for like a cigarette and a walk now immediately." I just walked straight out and I didn't go back there. I just waited by
Oh,
the
how
back.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing, but I learned a lesson. there. That,
What lesson did you learn?
I learned that it's okay to be picky about your bacon sandwiches. Just because
Yes.
it seems like a deal doesn't mean it's cooked the way you want it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And you know what?
Yes.
That guy probably took that sticky rag and scraped it all off and put it straight back in the frying pan for the next customer.
Oh,
He's probably still got
oh.
probably a shrine to me in that cafe.
Can I just, anyone want to ask any questions around this story, by the way?
No, but
Oh.
I do want to just mention choking on bacon is such a hazard. Beware of the bacon rind, folks, because Stephen's choked at least 3 times on bacon rind when he was younger and had to have the Heimlich maneuver performed. And
No,
honestly,
no. Stop a second.
You.
That was not the Heimlich remover.
No, that was full on
That's what it
sex.
Heimlich remover. Heimlich maneuver. Sorry,
Heimlich
it wasn't the
Heimlich Manoogie.
Heinzlich.
Heimlich Manoogie. Can anyone do the Heimlich Manoogie? We got a choker here.
We got a choker.
Thank you for joining us this week. Does everybody want to say bye?
goodbye.
Bye to everyone.
Debbie and her children talking Shite.